What is up guys, I'm Francis the instructor, back with another tutorial video for Get Licensed Driving School, and today we're going to discuss crossroads. So for me, when I'm teaching, there's two types of crossroads. There's the small crossroads with 2 or maybe 3 or 4 give way lines on either side. And then there's the advanced crossroads with traffic lights controlling the junction. And that's what we're going to discuss today, the traffic light controlled crossroads. So there's a lot to do, a lot to think about and a lot to plan for when you're turning right at a traffic light controlled crossroads. So it's really important that you're geared up with this information before you get to the crossroads, because otherwise you're going to have cars coming at you from all different angles. You won't know where to place yourself. You won't know who's got priority, and then it's going to be a nightmare. So you're planning on turning right at traffic light controlled crossroads. It's important to note how traffic lights work on these crossroads. Usually traffic lights work in pairs, so your stream of traffic plus the opposite stream of traffic will be green at the same time, and traffic from the left and right will be held. When your traffic light turns red, the opposite stream of lights will also turn red, but then left and right stream will then go to green, or you'll have a pedestrian light turn green instead. So we're turning right on these traffic light control crossroads. It's important to position yourself in the right lane if you've got a choice of 2 lanes. So we're positioned in the right lane and we're approaching the traffic lights. Where do we stop? Let's say we're first in the queue. We need to go right to the middle up to your point of turn. And your point of turn is usually the middle of the road that you're turning into. So you've driven up to your point of turn and you've stopped. Where you stop, it's really important that you're not blocking off any of the oncoming traffic's lanes. That's important, because even if there's traffic in the oncoming lane and nothing in the right turn lane that's coming towards you, there might be a car coming to turn right, and if you're blocking that right turn lane, then the car won't be able to get around you. Next, when is it safe to go? It's safe to go when there's an adequate gap from the oncoming traffic that will allow your vehicle through. Alternatively, if there's no gap in traffic, you can usually see your traffic light from the position you have in the middle of the road. Once your light turns red, the opposite side of the road's traffic will also go red as well, and that's your cue to go. Because you're past the stop line, that traffic light doesn't apply to you anymore, so you need to go at that point. So now let's consider, what do we do if there's another car approaching from ahead of you that also wants to turn right? If there's another car approaching you that also wants to turn right, ideally we're going to pass behind each other. That's the most ideal way to do it, because then you've both got a great view of what's happening in the junction. The other way of doing it, it's not incorrect, but it's not preferable, is to turn in front of each other, which means that you don't have such a good view. But let's consider this: buses, big lorries, maybe a bin lorry won't have the room to move around you and still pass. So we might have to consider, or some smaller junctions where we pass in front of each other. Also, we can't predict what other people are going to do. If the opposite car gets into the junction before you do and they've moved into a position to pass in front, we're going to have to do the same. So that's all nice and easy if we're first in the queue. Let's say we're second in the queue. What are you going to do then? We really have to take our cue from the car in front of us. If they go behind, then we'll follow them and do that, making sure that we're not blocking off the junction for everybody else. If you're third in the queue, what I would recommend is waiting behind your stop line to make sure that the 2 cars in front of you have moved far enough into the junction to create a gap for you, because you don't want to be the last car in the queue blocking off the oncoming vehicles. Not all junctions hold 1, 2 or 3 cars. Some crossroads are really big, some crossroads are a lot smaller. When we go and drive around, you'll see a different selection of crossroads. Some are different sizes, some hold different amounts of cars, and some are different shapes. So it's really important to assess the crossroads before you get there to make a safe decision. What else do we need to consider when we come up to crossroads? Box junctions, the yellow hatched box junction. What do they mean? You can sit in a box junction if you're turning right and your exit is clear. So if you're turning right, but there's traffic on the exit road that you're trying to take, you can't sit in that box junction because you have no gap to go. As soon as you get a gap in the oncoming traffic, you won't be able to take that turning, so you're just creating traffic and blocking up the box. The box is there so that when the traffic lights change, everybody can move and then the junction's clear. So finally, it's really important that you can commit to the junction before you enter it. If you're not sure that you can commit to the junction, as in move into the middle, it's really important that you hang back at your stop line. It's no good trying to edge forward, then you're on the pedestrian crossing and then you realise that you haven't got room to move into the junction, because then your lights turn red, the pedestrian lights turn green, and you're blocking the pedestrian crossing, making it dangerous for the pedestrians to move around you because they can't see past your vehicle. So here we are at the traffic lights for our first crossroads. Now we can see already, as we're second in the queue, Neither of these two cars ahead of us are turning right. There's only one lane on approach, so we're positioned correctly, just to the left of the centre line on approach to this crossroads. There's one car, that black Audi ahead, that is also turning right. So what are we going to do here? Is there enough room on this crossroads if we progress all the way up to the point of turn, our point of turn, for us to get behind each other, us and the Audi? I don't think there is. So for this crossroads, we're going to turn nose to nose. Also, this crossroads isn't very wide. So if we place two cars side by side, as in we're trying to turn behind each other, there's no other room for any other traffic to go past us. So the lights are turning green. Let's approach the crossroads slowly. We've planned where we're going to stop, nose to nose with the black Audi. That's it. So we're turning in front of each other here. All the other traffic can go around us. We're just waiting for a gap in traffic or for our traffic lights to turn red, which has just happened. So the traffic ahead of us has gone red as well at the same time, so we can progress there. All right, so we're approaching a crossroads and we're turning right. There's a van ahead and they've got position in that crossroads. If we progressed any further than this, we'd be sitting on that pedestrian crossing, and that's not where you're allowed to sit. Okay, so we've missed this phase of traffic lights. That's not a problem at all. We're not going for speed, we're going for safety. So it's especially important to note for your driving test. If you try and muscle in behind that van, then the lights turn red, the van makes a turn, but then the pedestrian lights turn green. And you're either going to be sitting on that pedestrian crossing or crossing the other pedestrian crossing while the green lights are on, the green pedestrian lights are on. That's not okay. So let's assess this junction. We're first in the queue now. How much space have we got on this junction? If we progress to the middle, are we going to be out of the way of the traffic on the left and right? Remember, we can't block off any traffic oncoming, so the red Fiat and the blue Volkswagen is going to have priority over us. We need to wait for a gap in traffic. Where are we going to wait? Let's look at where our point of turn is. It's not very far ahead, so we're going to progress up to our point of turn and then stop. If anyone wants to turn right ahead of us, I think they're going to have to go nose to nose here because our point of turn is pulled back quite far in this junction. So there is my point of turn. And I'm going to stop here. Loads of room ahead of me if anybody else wants to cut across and go that way. I've left them enough room in the junction to do that. I'm not in the way of the oncoming traffic, and anybody else going straight on behind me can go. So I've seen my red light. That means the other traffic's light's also gone red, and I'm making a move there. Okay, so I'm approaching this crossroads. It's much bigger and busier than the one before. I'm in the right lane and signalling right. How many cars are there ahead of me also turning right? I can see two already. This one's an ideal crossroads, perfect for going behind each other, but I can see, because we have no control over other cars, that the Uber car ahead has not done that. They've decided to go in front. Now look at your point of turn. If you can see behind that bus, the point of turn is really pushed very far down past the junction. For any cars opposite us wanting to turn right into our left, the white Audi ahead, where is their point of turn? It's exactly where that red and white cone is. So their point of turn is pulled back very far as well. So ideally we'd go behind each other so that we're really level with our point of turn. As soon as you've got a gap, you can just go straight into the junction instead of having to go down and around another car. And can you see what happens ahead? When you haven't actually got enough room to progress into the junction, we've got a black car on the pedestrian crossing and another car ahead even past that point. So two cars ahead of us, are they both turning right? No. So there's one car ahead and I'm going to sit behind them because I'm not on the crossing and I can commit to the junction. The car ahead has decided not to go behind each other, but because they've decided it and they're setting the pace, we're going to follow what they're going to do. Okay, now that black car's moved off, I'm going to get into a proper position to go behind. I can see my traffic lights just turned red, so I'm waiting for the last car to move out of the way, and I'm moving. So the thing with big, busy crossroads is that you can never predict what's going to happen on them. You've got to just use your anticipation, planning, and experience to get around it safely. Each time you do the crossroads, it can be different. So you might have 1, 2, 3 cars ahead of you. You might have another car who doesn't go behind you, who doesn't realize that that's the safest and easiest way to do it. They might just go straight away forwards and try and turn nose to nose. You might have so many different variables and scenarios on a big, busy crossroads. You have to be prepared and ready for any of them. Let's go and do that one again. Okay, so here, approaching the crossroads again, we're behind 4 cars. Only the one in front of us is signalling, but we know that people forget their signal or don't bother to put it on sometimes, so we need to plan for any of them might be turning right. So variables here, things that we need to plan for before we get into this crossroads, before the light turns green. How many cars are ahead of us also turning right? If it's just the one ahead of us, then there should be room enough in this big crossroads for us to progress into the junction as well. But if you're not sure, stop behind the line. What else? Are there any cars oncoming that also want to turn right? Because we need to stay out of their way and accommodate them and leave them a space if there are. Even if there aren't, we need to leave them a space. But if there is someone oncoming, we need to make sure that we understand where they're going and if they're going ahead of us or behind us. Also, while you're setting off from this position, when the light turns green, another really important thing to consider, cyclists and motorbikes. So let's signal and approach this junction. Okay, so the car ahead of us So the car ahead of us hasn't left us any room to go behind them. The car ahead of us has decided that they're just gonna go straight away, nose to nose. And can you see that what they just did there? They had to go diagonally to their point of turn before turning. Wouldn't it be easier to go all the way forwards to your point of turn before turning? So now we're first in the queue. I can't see any of the oncoming vehicles indicating to turn right, but we're going to plan any scenario. Any of them might be turning but have forgotten or not bothered to put their signal on. So when we progress, I'm going to progress cautiously but not hesitantly. I'm going to make my way across to my point of turn, which is about halfway into that yellow box. If you can see where the junction on our right is, it's quite a long way into the junction. So let's go. And point of turn is just here. So any cars now are going to come behind us. I'm keeping an eye on my traffic light and I'm looking for a gap in traffic. No gap in traffic, I'm not too sure about that. Electric scooter. Whoa, that was close. So this car's come and he's gone behind us, no problem with that at all. Keep an eye on our traffic light, amber and red. There's the last car stopping and we're gonna make a move there. Okay, so like I said, every single time you do a big busy crossroads, it could be different, like it was there. So let's go and have another look one more time to see if we can find a different situation and a different scenario so that we can try and account for everything. The more you do these junctions, the more experienced you're going to be. And the more experienced you are, you're going to have seen all of these things happen so many times. And the more times you've seen it, the easier it's going to be to react to it the next time. Okay, so we're lined up in the queue of traffic, ready to turn right again. Let's put a right signal on. I can see one car ahead waiting to turn right and they've gone nose to nose. They haven't gone behind it, have they? So can we fit into that junction? Yes, we can without blocking off the pedestrian crossing. Here we go. So like I said, every single time you do these big crossroads, it could be different because of other drivers being unpredictable. There's our light turning red and where's the last car? So we're following the Volvo, going diagonally into the junction. And why is that pedestrian crossing now? Clearly we're not going to run her over, so we're being cautious. On a big busy crossroads like that, imagine if that came up on your driving test. The only thing that you can do to mitigate dangers like that is practice. Practice, practice, practice. We can do that junction 5 more times and we won't get a situation like that. So the only way that you can be confident in your ability is to practice more than once. Keep practicing as much as you can. There's no substitute for experience at all. All right, so let's pull up here. Okay, so a big busy crossroads. Yes, it's advanced. This is not going to happen at the beginning of your driving lessons. It should come towards the end of the subjects that you're going to cover, at the end of the syllabus. But you can see there how many different scenarios you can get from the same crossroads. I did it 3 times and every single time was completely different with different hazards and different traffic conditions. So you need to practice this over and over again to get the experience to be able to deal with whatever's ahead of you. Also, you need to trust in your abilities and trust that you're doing the right thing. So if another car comes and does something different or unexpected, make sure that you know and you're confident that you're doing what's correct. Wow, so that was intense at times. It's so busy, there's so much traffic around and there's so many other cars, it gets heated at times. So remember to keep your cool and make sure that you are driving within the rules. That was Crossroads. Comment below, I'll read through all the comments. If anything else needs explaining or anything didn't make sense, comment below and I'll do my best to make it make sense for you and explain it better. If there's any other videos you want to see, comment below. Follow me on Instagram at Francis the Instructor. Follow Get Licensed Driving School as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.